Hi, everyone, and welcome to this uh, reading and expanding from asking is given with me now. The process, we are now on the process of, which one we see here? It's the process 11, the segment intending. So wonderful. The process 11, segment intending from this book, Ask and It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So wonderful. So reading and expanding from that book, it's been a wonderful process. It's been a wonderful, to checking, to do those processes, the action processes. It's been a wonderful experience, and to know that when we are doing these processes, we deliberate creating our own reality in the way we want it to be. But it's not about those things we want to have. It's not about the things in the future. It's not about all of those things, but we want to feel the feelings of it. We want to feel the feelings of those things we want. We want to feel the freedom in feeling those energy. We are our own creator. We are our own creator in our own reality. So when we are thinking a thought about anything, we want to feel good about that thought. We want to feel good about what we are thinking about. We want to have that kind of experience more and more every single moment and every single day, and waking up with this energy full of wonder of this new day, and segment intent for that day to be wonderful and to feel the energy of that. And that is the process of segment intending we're going through now. It's going to be a very, very fun process. I do this process every day. I would say personally, it's been one of the most beautiful thing ever. If I'm going to the town, I segment intending for that trip. If I'm going to eat something, I segment intending for the feeling of how I want to feel before I'm eating. If I want to skiing or running outside, I segment intend for what kind of feelings do I love to feel for that running or that skiing. And always when I do it, and I feel something so good, and then when I get into that segment and into that experience of what I'm going to do, because now I'm well aware of the feeling of it. So it's not so much about, it's to tuning into the feeling. What do I want to feel in this experience? What do I want to feel in this next experience? What do I want to feel? Because it's the feelings that when you're feeling alignment, that experience is so good. That's what we all want. You want to feel good and better, naturally. And segment intending is a really, really wonderful, powerful tool to use every day. So good. So let's move forward. Happy beautiful day, Tineka. Happy beautiful day, Jen. Maggie. Happy beautiful day, Maggie. And Maggie. Yes. Magic. So good. And happy beautiful day, Scott. Oh, this is so wonderful. Segment intending. A wonderful tool to use for practice, the vibration or well-being in all aspects in life, in everything that you do normally every day, or what you see, So feel the feelings of it. Feel the feelings of what you segment intending. And be as easy and general as you to be, because it's more easier when you are also general with the segment intending. But I will read now, so we can, before we start doing this process. Process 11, segment intending. So good. It's the page 217, 217 on the book Ask and It Is Given. So if you have the book, you can read it and do the process. It's a wonderful tool. So when to use this process? When you want your influence to dominate during a particular segment of your day. When you recognize the potential of something not going quite right and you want to make sure it goes the way you want. When time or money is especially important to you and you want to make the most of it. Current emotional set point range. This segment intending process will be of the most value to you when your emotional set point is ranging somewhere between 4. Positive expectation, belief, and 11. Overwhelmment. If you are not sure what your current emotional set point is, turn back to chapter 22 and scan the 22 categories on the emotional guidance scale. It is easier to begin with a fresh, less powerful thought and then focus upon it and cause it to expand, than to try to change an already expanded powerful thought. In other words, it is easier to create an improved future experience than it is to change a current existing experience. If you are experiencing a physical condition that has your attention, you are, through your attention to your current condition, projecting it on into your future experience. But by focusing on a different future experience, you are now activating that different experience. And as you project that change experience into your future, you have leave your current experience behind. That is the power of the process of segment intending. It is the process whereby you define the vibrational characteristics of the time segment you are moving into. It is a way of pre-paving your vibrational path, so to speak, for easier and more enjoyable travel. If you are in a bad mood, meaning that there is considerable resistance in your vibrational frequency, then, because you do not have access to very different thoughts from where you currently are, you usually project that same vibrational expectation into the segment that you are moving into. For that reason, we encourage the application of segment intending when you are already feeling good. If you're feeling bad in this moment, try one of the other processes in order to improve your current mood and point of attraction. And then once you're feeling better, you could return to this powerful segment intending process. This process will help you be more deliberate about focusing your thoughts. It will help you become more aware of where your thoughts currently are, and it will help you be able to more deliberately choose the thoughts that you offer. In time, it will feel very natural to you to stop for a moment upon entering a new segment and direct your own intent or expectation. You enter a new segment anytime your intentions change. If you are washing dishes and the telephone rings, you enter a new segment. When you get into your vehicle, you enter a new segment. When another person walks into the room, you enter a new segment. If you would take the time to get your thought of expectations started even before you are inside your new segment, you will be able to set the tone of the segment more specifically than if you will walk into the segment and begin to observe it as it already is. For example, you are cooking dinner and are enjoying the rhythm and flow you have established. Everything is on schedule, and you expect everything to turn out just right. The telephone rings. You enter into a new segment. You set forth the intention not to answer the telephone. You set forth the intention that that your answering device can take the call. And you set forth the intention that you will return the call later when you have time. So, the rhythm and flow of your meal preparation is not disrupted. Your segment changed slightly, but you maintained your balance, and all is well. Or the telephone rings. You enter a new segment. You remember that you have been expecting an important call and you do not want to miss it. You set your intentions for the segment to be efficient and brief, and to gather the information quickly and politely. And because of the positive flow you already have going, your positive expectation dovetails into that perfectly. So you have prepared. So you have prepared the conversation even before you pick up the telephone to comply with your good feeling intentions. You are actually pre-paving your future experiences constantly without even knowing you are doing so. You are continually projecting your expectations into your future experiences. And this segment intending process will and this segment intending process helps you to consciously consider what you are projecting, and it gives you control of your future segments. You can prepay future experiences that are immediate or experiences that are in your more distant future. And once you have an opportunity to see how your deliberate thought positively impacts your experience, you will want to do it even more. And like all processes, the more you apply it, the more skilled you become and the more fun it is, and the more effective your results will be. If the new segment includes something that you have never enjoyed doing, segment intending is not the best process to apply. Of course, it is better than no deliberate intention at all, but when you have an opportunity, it would be of value to apply one of the more heavy-duty processes 13 to 22, to this subject. For example, you're going to visit your mother-in-law, who you believe has never liked you, or you are on your way to work in a two-person office with someone who has annoyed you in many ways. Whenever you are setting forth your intentions about how you want to feel and how you would like the segment to unfold, it is always beneficial if, when you find yourself struggling for a positive scenario, that you do not continue the process. Change the subject in your own mind. Think about something pleasant and apply another process later. Abraham, speak to us more about segment intending. You're living in a wonderful physical time. You're living in a highly technological society where you have access to stimulation of thought from all around your world. You benefit from all of this. You benefit from all this, for it provides you an opportunity for much growth, but you also experience some disadvantages from the stimulation of thought. And the disadvantage comes forth in the form of confusion. For while your ability to focus upon a more narrow subject brings forth clarity, your ability to focus upon many things at once brings a confusion. You are receptive beings. Your thought processes are very fast, and as you are considering any one subject, you have the ability, by the power of the law of attraction, to bring forth more and more clarity upon that subject until you can accomplish anything regarding it. But because of the availability of so much stimulation of thought, very few of you remain focused upon anything long enough to take it forward very far. Most of you are so distracted by so much thought that you do not have an opportunity to develop any one thought to any great degree. Here is the key to your deliberate creation. The point of the segment intending process is to clearly identify what you want so that you can deliberately begin to set forth the attraction of that which you want. Here is the key to your deliberate creation. See yourself as a magnet, attracting onto you the way you feel at any point in time. When you feel clear and in control, you will attract circumstances of clarity. When you feel happy, you will attract circumstances of happiness. When you feel healthy, you will attract circumstances of health. When you feel prosperous, you will attract circumstances of prosperity. When you feel loved, you will attract circumstances of love. The way you feel is actually your point of attraction. And so, the value of segment intending process is to encourage you to pause many times during the day to say, this is what I want from this period of my life experience. I want it, and expected. And as you set forth those powerful words, you become what we call a selective sifter. You attract into your experience what you want. However, the reason why segments are so effective is because although there are many things you want to consider, when you try to consider them all at the same time, you become overwhelmed and confused. The value of your intending, segment by segment, is what you do not try to chew on so much at any one time. You say, what is it that I want now? If you want many things at all at the same time, it adds confusion. But when you only focus upon the specifics of what you want in any particular moment, you bring clarity and power to your creation, and therefore speed. And that is the point of segment intending, to stop as you are entering a new segment and to identify what it is you most want so that you may give your attention to and therefore draw power onto that. Some of you are focused during some segments of your day's experience, but there are few of you who are focused much of your day. And so, an identification of segments and an intent to identify what is most important within those segments will put you in the position of being a deliberate, magnetic attractor or creator in each of your segments throughout your day. Not only will you find that you are more productive, but you will find that you are happier, for as you are deliberately intending and then allowing and receiving, you will find great contentment. You are growth seeking beings, and as you are moving forward, you are your happiest. You are at your happiest. When you are having a feeling of stagnation, you are not at your happiest. An example of segment intending day. An example of a segment intending day. We would like to guide your thought an example of a day where you may be deliberately intending as you are recognizing that you are moving into new segments. Let us say that you have decided to apply this process before going to bed at the end of the day, and you recognize that entering into the sleep state will be a new segment of life experience. And so, as you are lying there on the pillow, getting ready to sleep, set for the intent of a restful slumber, set for the intention of refreshing your physical apparatus, apparatus, and imagine yourselves awakening the next day feeling refreshed. As you open your eyes in the morning, recognize that you have now entered into a new segment of life experience, and that from the time you remain in the bed until the time you remove yourselves from it is a segment. Set forth your intent for that time. While I'm lying here, I'm intending to have a clear picture of this day. I'm intending to become exhilarated and excited about this day. And then, as you are lying there, you will begin to feel that refreshment and exuberance about the upcoming day. As you get out of bed, you have now entered into a new segment of life experience. This may be the segment that you are preparing yourself for that day. And so, as you're brushing your teeth or taking your bath or doing whatever it is you do in this segment, let your intent be to do it efficiently, to enjoy yourself, to have it be an uplifting time that prepares you for the day. As you are preparing breakfast, let your intent be to do it efficiently and to select that which is most nutritiously balanced for your physical apparatus at this point in time. Let your intent be that you will be replenished or refreshed by it, that you will enjoy it. And as you set forth this intention, you will notice that as you are eating, you are feeling more rejuvenated, rejuvenated, yeah, more replenished, and more refreshed. And you will enjoy the food more than if you had not set forth that intent to do so. As the telephone rings, recognize that you are now about to enter a new segment. And as you pick up the phone, identify who it is and then clearly set forth your intent before you begin speaking. As you get into your vehicle, or as you are traveling to your place of work or wherever it is you are going, let your intent be to travel from one place to another in safety, to feel invigorated and happy as you are moving forward, to be aware of what the other drivers are intending or not intending so that you may move through traffic in a sort of flow, safely and efficiently. When you get out of your vehicle, you have now entered into another new segment. And so, pause for a moment and imagine yourself walking from where you are to where you are intending to go. Seeing yourself feeling good as you walk, intending that you will move efficiently and safely from point to point, intending to feel the vitality of your apparatus, intending to feel the clarity of your thinking mechanism, and setting forth your vision or your intention for the next segment in which you are about to enter. Imagine reading the secretary, the employees, or the employer, employee. Imagine seeing yourself as one who uplifts others, having a smile ready, recognizing that everyone you meet is not deliberate in their intending, but knowing that by your deliberate intending, you will be in control of your life experience and you will not be swept up by their confusion, their intent, or their influence. Of course, your segments will not be just as we have offered, and they will not be the same from day to day. In the beginning, you will find that you are not so quick to identify your segments as you will be after you have done it for a while. For some, you may find it more efficient and effective to carry a small notebook and physical stop and identify the segment while you write a list of your intention in your notebook. For as you are writing, you will find yourself at your strongest point of clarity and your strongest point of focus. And so, in the beginning of this deliberate segment intending, you may find in the notebook a very great and valuable asset. As you are moving through such a day, you will feel the power and the momentum of your intention building. You will find yourself feeling gloriously invincible. You will feel as if there is nothing that you cannot be, do, or add, as you are seeing yourself again and again in creative control of your own life experience. So nice. Segment intending. So wonderful. And now we're gonna play this game. I love this game. This is I do this every morning, segment intending. I feel more and more of this segment and getting into the feeling, but as I say, do it those processes when you feel good. But also I want to say you don't have to be so specific. Be most general. It's the more general you are in the beginning, it's easier to feel the feelings of when you are more general about what you segment intend. Like I'm going outside and I'm gonna write here. I'm gonna tell you. Here is my book, Inspirational Thoughts, Ideas, Master. This is my notebook. This is my blue pen, and I'm writing for today, the 15th of May. Segment intending. That's my part now. Segment intending. I'm writing on the top. Segment intending. This is my topic now. Segment intending. And I used to writing this, and then I used to focus in the energy. Segment intending. So I segment analysis. So I say I like the feeling. I love the feeling. I like the feeling. I like the feeling. I like the feeling of being easy, gentle, and general. I like the feeling of being easy, gentle, and general. That's one segment. When I segment intending, I like the feeling then of being easy, gentle, and general as I'm segment intending. So that's one segment. Easy, gentle, and general. This is a fun process. It's a feel-good process. I like the feeling of being easy, gentle, and general. That's in the segment intending part. Now I'm writing. So now I'm going to the next segment, just having fun with this. We practice this vibration. What is the things you want to do during your day? What do you want to feel in those things that you are planning to do today? I'm going to soon, I'm going to run outside. I'm writing them, exercising. That's my next topic, exercise. And I do this every day. It remind me to, what do I like to, how do I want to feel when I exercise, when I'm running outside, when I'm, moving my body, what is the segment of that? I love the feeling. I love feeling energized. I love feeling energized. I love feeling energized. That's one segmenting. I love feeling energized. The feeling full of energy. General, I love feeling energized. I like the feeling of feeling energized. I love feeling alive in my senses. I like feeling alive in my senses. I like feeling alive in my senses. Easy, gentle, and general. I like feeling alive in my senses. So I'm moving, running, just looking around, see the beautiful view and those things, and hear the sounds from the nature, from the wind, or from the birds, or whatever that surrounds me. The more specific comes the way as I'm easy. Just I like the feelings of, I like feeling alive in my senses. Then the specific comes on the road. I'm more general in the way I'm saying. I like the feeling. That's general. I like the feeling. I like feeling alive in my senses. So having, see, hear, feel, taste, smell, touch, and the receiving the beautiful ideas and the impulses that comes with my senses, with all of who I am. So I like feeling alive in my senses. I love feeling forward focused. Yes. I love feeling new and refreshed. I love feeling new and refreshed. Feeling new and refreshed. This one segment. So if you have any idea, you can please share here. It is very, very good. We have 50 minutes left. So this is a beautiful process. Writing, encouraging deliberate focus. Segment intending is meant by done throughout the day. To be done throughout the day, yeah. Segment intending, a segment, then do it, yeah. So, so good. Happy beautiful day, Pauline. Thank you for being brightly, you too, shining back on you. Beautiful lady. So good, so nice. So next segment. So do you have something you want to share? Please, if there's something, this is a good practice. This is beautiful. This is a playful thing. This is, doing this process when you feel good. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good now. This is so fun. But I love feeling energized when I always run. I love feeling energized. I love feeling my body. I love feeling it. Feels so good. So I like feeling alive in my senses when I looking around things and just like feeling the energy, feeling so good, feeling so forward focused is so nice. I love feeling new and refreshed. I love feeling forward focused. There was many segments in that exercise, but yeah, it feels good for me then to write. I always want to feel good, and when I share something, then there's a bird coming, just like looking and then moving in another direction. Just like a confirmation. It's like, yeah, feeling good, and you do those things, and we are here, just showing you. So fun. I love feeling new and refreshed. I love feeling, yeah. I love feeling forward. I love feeling forward focused. Forward focused in the things that I do. When I running, I focus in the running. I focus in the breathing. Focus in my energy. Focus in my moving. Just in It's all present in what I'm doing in the moment of when I'm running. Yeah, I love that feeling. And then as you complete the segment intend the next segment, then do the segment, then segment intend the next segment. Yeah, that's a wonderful process, Jan. I love that. When you finish with that, then the next segment. Then when I finish with that, and then I'm getting into the next. That's wonderful. It's good practice. Yeah. So now I segment intending, and I like the feeling of being easy, gentle, and general as I segment intending. The next one, I'm going to exercise. When I finish here with this class, I'm going to put on my clothes, running with my training clothes, and then I'm going out and to run, and then I have segment intending for that. So, but also it's a nice thing. Then after when I finish, I get home, I can write then the next one, or I can, like Jen says, then easy thinking about the next segment. What is the next thing? I'm going to take a shower. Yeah, I want to enjoy the shower. I want to feel the water, feel the feeling of the water, and just enjoying it. That can be a segment, like just as easy as that. Feel the feeling of the water and enjoying it. That's next. But then you often finish with that. You putting on your clothes, and maybe you're going to some places. Maybe you're going outside and catching up with some family or friends or people. Then you can segment intending. Um I love the feeling of enjoying the time, and I love the feeling of feeling my inner beingness and feeling my who I really am and who they really are as I'm having those conversations with my family and friends, something like that. Maybe I like the feeling of that. I love the feeling, but also be easy about it. Be general about the feeling. What do you want to feel in that segment? I want to feel unconditional love and appreciation for myself and for everyone that surrounds me. You know, I love the feeling, in the next segment, when you're outside walking, I love the feeling of looking at the view and see the beauty of all that is in nature and then just enjoy it. Stand, walking and enjoy it, looking around, feel my energy. It can be anything you can segment intend for that next one and the next one. So, and there's no right and wrong. You find your own way in what feels best to you and how you do this process. But be aware, if you had the time to write it down, the segment intending, you can then just okay, I'm going to go to the town. For example, you are living in a small hometown, and you're going to the town, for a road trip and to enjoy shopping or doing something. Then you can segment intend for that. The road trip. I love the feel. I love feeling um, excited for moving some places. I love the feeling of going somewhere. You know, I love the feeling of feeling relaxed. I love the feeling. I love feeling relaxed and calm and inner peace and joy as I'm driving. Can be anything. It feels good to you. I love feeling when you're with family and friends. I love feeling inner peace and joy. It can be whatever. What's next? What's next? Something else? Just Jen, do you have something? Segment intending? Love the feeling. Eating and drinking, for example, when I'm eating some good food, I love feeling the taste and just relax and taking my time and enjoy my meal. That's something. Water, I love taking my time and feel the water, taste the water, and feeling the appreciation of it. I love the feeling of appreciation of the water as when I'm drinking. I love the feelings you're sharing. Thank you, Jen. And this is such what we got, and it works so well. I would tell I've been doing this for a while. And thanks for you, Jen, and Super Dave, who did this process. And you had a segment intending class, and I learned so much from it. And you've been sharing, and Dave, I've been sharing. Now I'm using this segment, and it feels so fun. It feels so good to feel the feeling before it happening, before I experience it. And that is something I realized for myself, because when there is all things happening, then there's all palace, all thinking, the all same feeling in this all same situation. It seems like that. But when you're segment intending, you are deliberating, creating your feelings of what you want to feel in that segment, in that experience, in the future. And when you are in the good feeling place, and you say, I love the feeling of this, I like the feeling of this, and you've been like a little bit like playful about it in general as well, not so specific, but in a general way. I just love to feel, um I just love to feel calm and ease as I'm sitting in, as I'm having conversation with my family and friends. That is the feeling of that segment. If the in that thing, if you are going some places, it can be anything. Segmenting when you're reading, I'm used to say reading and writing book. I love the feeling of of I love the feeling of the words that I'm reading from the books of Abraham-Hicks. I love just feeling the feelings of the words. I like the feeling of new awareness and new aha moments, and new cognition of what I am reading, and then just moving forward into the new and into the next. I love the feeling of letting everything be. If they like, you say for this day, I love everything just to be. I love the acceptance of the freedom of who I really am, and the freedom in everyone. I love that feeling. I like that feeling. If generally, if I'm telling, and with me, I'm used to do right for me too. What is the feeling of me? Just like what do I like? What do I like? What do I want from the segment? I love feeling unconditionally, in condition, and feeling good no matter what, and be deliberate about it. Just generalize as that. I love the feeling of moving to the next and leaving every moment with inner peace and joy. They are more specific, but we know if it feels good, it feels good, and it is good. But generally, it's very good to be just general. And I love the feeling of the taste when you taste water. I love the feeling of enjoying the meal, and relax, and taking my time. That's a segment intended. Those things that I do during the day when I having a conversation with a person. I love the feeling of effect of it. I love the feeling of fun and joy, and I love the feeling of effectiveness, and being effective in the call. If there's some colleagues or some people on the work, if you have family, friends, I love the feeling of laughter, and fun, and enjoy. That's the segment. Before you picking the phone, I love the feeling of laughter and fun and joy. If you're gonna have a conversation with someone, I love the feeling of that. That's the thing I want to segment in. It's also intentional. What are you when you're talking with friends? What do you allow the feeling of fun, great memories, stories that feels good, that's uplifting and supporting, and it's in harmony with who I really am. I begin segment intending each day before I get out of bed. Yeah, upon awakening, I appreciate my bed and aspects of my day. Then I think how I will feel as I flow through my early morning. That's so wonderful, Jan. I begin segment intending each day before I get out of bed. Upon awakening, I appreciate my bed and aspects of my day. Then I think how I will feel as I flow through my early morning. Wonderful, Jan. I begin writing in my book as I sit with my coffee and segment intend the connectingness and relaxed flow. Then I enjoy that segment. I love that, Jan. Yeah, me too. It's the same, when I'm segment intending, I'm taking my time writing, and then I feel the energy of it. Like, what do I like about the exercise, for example? Just like starting feeling the view, starting already like experience inside of me. I know I already have experienced so many times been running and feeling so good, but feeling the energy of it, feeling the excitement, feeling the forward focus, and forward focus in the moment, and forward, and those things that's going on in the moment. enjoying my energy as I'm moving my body. That's the thing with it. But in the morning, taking my time, just I love the feeling of just breathing and allowing. And then just like breathing and allowing. I love the feeling of being clear in my energy, being clear in my vibration. And then I love feeling, and then in the morning, I segment intending before I go to sleep. I love feeling energized and eager for this new day and excited for what is coming. Oh, beautiful. And then go into the feeling of it. Wonderful energy, isn't it? So good. So there is no right or wrong, but I want to say, be as general, be as easy as with these processes. Be easy, gentle, general with yourself, with all of this. When you're feeling good, segment in 10. Be more general and specific. General is much easier to feel the feelings when you are more general. Just like when we are too specific, then we start into thinking about how we can have it and when. But we are more general. It's have no resistance to it. It's just an allowing energy to come through. Just like outside, I love the feeling of the view, like easy as that. I love the feeling of the view. Segment intending for that. Then when I'm outside, I'm more well aware of that. That's what I feel when I'm then walking outside. It's like, oh, it's a beautiful view. I'm more aware of it because that's segment intending. I've been thinking about it, what I want to feel before I go into that segment. And then I felt the feeling of that before I get into that. And now when I'm into that, I feel the energy even more. And then the next segment, it's the same. The process, I love the feeling of that. I like the feeling of that. And then I feel the feeling of that, experience what I want from the next segment. And then when I get into that segment, the same feeling come or something similar. And then it's just moving on in that direction. And then I experience more the joy and the unconditional love and appreciation for that. And I'm more encouraged then to do more of it. I'm feeling more inspired. I feel more appreciative of that segment, and I feel I want to do it more. And then that's when the impulses come. You feel the feelings of that this thing's working. These things are so fun. This is enjoying. You want to do it more. You want to do those things more because we naturally want to feel good and better and better. That's in all of us. We all have our own inner being, and our inner being always feels good and wants us to be in that space. Or say wants, but it's available. We want to be in that space. That energy is always in that space and forward focus and feels good. But we want, we as now consciousness is in this physical body. We are conscious about this energy. We want to be in that energy, to more deliberate, creating our own reality in the way that feels good to us. And segment intending is a wonderful, wonderful tool to use. So good. So love you guys so much. This has been a wonderful, wonderful 45 minutes. Wonderful shares, and thanks Jen, thanks every one of you for your beautiful shares. I want you all the best, and I hope you enjoy this segment intending now. And if you have the book, read it and start having fun with this process, segment intend, and see then what happens when you are doing those processes. Because it's fun when you're already starting to experience something different about, oh, now I don't feel the same as I've been feeling before in this segment, in this situation, in this thing. It's something different because you already now are being deliberate about what you want to feel. Because what do you want? What do you want to feel in this thing? And you are clear about it and you feel the energy before it happened. Now it is yours. You own it. It's your energy. It's your reality. It's your new world. And so it's your feeling things different about different situations, different circumstances, and then everything. When you're feeling different about it, when you're feeling different in circumstances, and you're feeling different in every aspect in your life, and you're feeling better in all of these aspects in your life, things, your point of attraction change, and then you will see different about how you see your life now and forward, and it will feels more new and refreshed, and more gooder and gooder. And that's why we're here. That is our whole purpose and intention to be here, to feel good and feeling better and better in everything we want to be, do, and have. So love you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.